balls, the Commander-in-Chief one, and the Starlight Ball. We're going to talk much more about all of this here, but I do want to head to a quick 2-minute commercial break. On the other side, we'll bring in Corella Hara. She is covering all of the inaugural balls.
That's a picture,
Be right back.
Damn!
That fucking Census picture.
Come back. Make sure you like my video. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be right back after these words from sponsors.
We said anger and sadness. It was also signed with regard to declaring a national emergency at the southern border. Another executive order delaying the shutdown of TikTok. He said in that press conference that he had the choice over the next 90 days whether he would sell it or close it. Many people talked about asking him initially. You were against TikTok, and now why the change? You were concerned about perhaps nefarious activity of China initially, and he said,
So what are you gonna
do? Every rich person has called me at TikTok. He said that he's gained a soft spot in his heart.
Oh, you're fucking lying.
Young people use it. He went on to say incorrectly that he won.
No, a lot of people was trying to figure their next move because they shut down. They not gonna eat. They not gonna have. They gonna lose. Take care of their bills. A lot of people been wrapped around TikTok.
ABC's Selena Wang. We've kind of ticked through a few of the top ticket items that he has signed as executive orders. Give us a sense of what it tells us about his priorities going forward on day one for his administration.
Yeah, we just gave a really good summary of this very sweeping remarks that Donald Trump had just made. And essentially what he wants to show today is this big show of force. He wants to show his supporters with this dramatic flair of signing all these executive orders that the Trump era is here. He's going to make good on his promises and that he's going to move bigger and at a faster pace than he did during his first term. So if you kind of unpack it into sections, immigration is going to be one of Donald Trump's top priorities. This was a key campaign promise. He signed an executive order, said he was declaring a national emergency at the border. That's going to allow troops to be deployed there. He also said he was going to be ending birthright citizenship. He signed an executive order related to this. But very unclear how that's going to play out, since that is something that is enshrined in the Constitution as a 14th Amendment, so any effort there is going to be challenged by the courts. In fact, many of Donald Trump's efforts will be challenged by the courts. You mentioned the TikTok executive order there. He's saying in that executive order that he's directing his attorney general not to enforce that law. But this law was passed with overwhelming bipartisan support, and an executive order can't just override federal law, so it's unclear if that executive order is going to be enough to convince the Apples and the Googles, these app stores, that they can actually continue to offer TikTok, because under the federal law, they would be fined very hefty fines for offering these apps. So these are just some of the areas that Donald Trump talked about, including the sweeping pardons of those January 6 rioters. You mentioned the outrage from Nancy Pelosi, but this is certain to also draw backlash from Republican lawmakers as well. Many of them said that there should be a distinction between the rioters who committed violent acts and those who did not.
Alex, first I want to bring you in here because you and I have been chatting a little while ago about his looking forward to, I guess we can say, designating cartels as foreign terrorists. What does that allow him to do?
Well, essentially, it allows him to use the military to specifically go after these cartels. And Lindsay, keep in mind, I mean, this was a campaign promise or a campaign idea that's now turned into a promise that a lot of his supporters got behind, specifically when it comes to immigration and violence at the southern border. But I will tell you that in talking with sources, particularly on immigration, one attorney I spoke with said that he was salivating at this idea. He represents a lot of migrants that cross in that court. And what's interesting about this designation